guys, it's me Parksy here, your coach of the NA area. It's kind of weird to say that nickname considering I've been playing as the Armados in the PBA now for 3 weeks. But I said I'd be doing an explanation of the PBA in about a week or 2 weeks after I recorded my Mod 2E battle. So I'm doing this this video right now. So this is the explanation of the PBA from the beginning to the end. So this was a league created by me originally, I think I already said. And this league was going to be a very fun league. It was a tiered structure, so it's basically where you picked up a tier 1, a tier 2, 2 tier 3s, a tier 4, a tier 5, and that was generally it. I think what drew people in the most was that it was so organized because essentially you get 4 of 3 tier 3s as your free picks because it's idiot proof basically my draft because tier 5 was at no point reduction, so there was no way you could be left. Like, there's no way you can mess up, basically, which is what I'm saying. So, I generally just copied most of the tiers off DGBA and adjusted some things. I think I made Nido Queen tier 2 and just a few other things. I think I only updated like 10 or so Pokemon, just a handful of Pokemon. But originally this league had 20 participants in, and as I'll be going, these guys are going to realize how many actually stayed. But it was very fun at the start. We were having a lot of fun, especially with JP. We were all we all nicknamed each other as like JV or J or whatever, just trying to call me JP basically. So it happened, and I was quite busy with exams during this time, so I split the work between me and Uzman, Rioluz, as I think I might have previously mentioned him in one of my videos, just generally mentioning his team or whatever. I don't think I went up against him, but he must have been like one of the backgrounds for my team explanations or something. But he was supposed to take control of all these owned by sections. So basically, if a Pokemon was picked, he was supposed to score it out, put down that person's name, and then I'd go on to this, not this document, hold on, let me get it. I would go onto this tab, which was rosters, and I would put the Pokemon onto here, and of course I would then go across onto here, and I would say how many points was left. Now this, of course, died out very quickly. Usman only recorded like the first few Pokemon, and then just left it. All these Pokemon were basically recorded down by me, and then he just left it. So there's a lot more than these Pokemon were picked as tier 5, and he just left it, so that was super annoying. And I came to him and I said, why did you leave this? I trusted you with this document. I trusted that you'd have it updated and everything. I thought it wasn't too bad of a job. I thought you said you were free to do it. And he said, oh yeah, I couldn't be bothered. So that was great. So did that, and it actually turned out that 2 of the participants weren't reacting. As Azazel and Malachi, those 2 people, they put in their first 2 picks and then they just stopped drafting for some reason. So we decided to make it an 18-person draft. So that was still pretty good. Those were still pretty good numbers. So we did that, and we had intended to have 17 weeks. We knew the Ultra Summit Moon was coming, but as I said previously, I was the league owner, so it's like, you know what, we'll just see how it goes. Ultra Summit Moon hasn't been released yet, obviously, as you gotta consider this was like 3 months, 2 months down, 2 months ago, something like that. So with those 2 leaving the league, it doesn't really matter because obviously you have people that leave leagues, you got people that could get 5 replacements, and then the first week or 2 happened, and there was a lot of complaints. There was things like, I think it was Cody who was complaining that his Greninja was not an Ash Greninja, and it's like, it was just down in tier 3, sorry for hammering I think my dad's doing some maintenance work, but he expected to have an Ash Greninja down in tier 3, or a Protein Greninja, and we're like, no, it's Torrent, obviously it's not Ash Greninja, it would be tier 1 if anything, it would probably be a Mega pick. And even then, it's kind of pushing it because it's absolutely insane. But we did that. There were some other complaints about Shaman Sky. Someone wanted Shaman, and I apparently got it mixed up. Someone wanted Shaman Sky, someone wanted Shaman, and someone didn't want Shaman Sky anymore. And just random stuff. So that all happened. Excuse me. I've got the cold, by the way, so I'm barely just making this video. So that all happened, and as the weeks passed, we kept on, of course, battling. And actually, the matchup document. So this is the document. It was originally supposed to be 17 weeks. I only got up to like 15 weeks because it was very hard to make everyone go up against each other. It's very hard to do that, especially when you're just doing it from your mind. So eventually, like for example, you'll have like Jason and Cody battling each other week 4, and then I might randomly set them together in like week 13, and then I'll scroll up and I'll say, oh wait, they battled already in week 4, so you can't make them battle again. So then that means you have to redo everything again. But the first few weeks went okay, and then people just started leaving between week 4 and week 6. I don't really know why. I think Flyzone kind of rage quitted after I did semi-stall him a bit. But then Wavani came in for, yeah, I spelled it wrong, wannabe, but it's Wavani actually that came in, and it was still quite a live chat, I will admit. The conversations were quite alive. There was still quite a lot of battles, as you can see. There were quite a lot of battles here that actually took place. But people left. I think the main people were like Haz. He left in like week 1 or something, and then the replacement for Haz and Fernie have left, and then we couldn't get a replacement. Hughes came, and I think he got a replacement for Sly, but yeah, that happened. Just generally people kept leaving until the point it came to week number 7, where there was barely anyone. We actually lost 2 people that we couldn't get a replacement for. I can't remember who it was, but they just randomly left, which was really weird. They just didn't say anything. I thought they'd be courteous and at least say, hey, we're leaving. And it was actually, I think it was me and I think it was me and Sly and only another 2 people that actually made their battle in week 7. Week 8, like it was only these 2 that actually battled because everyone else just like I tried contacting Jason, he just did not say anything. So I messaged him on Discord, like, and that's why I didn't upload a week 8 video. It's because Jason wasn't there, and then we just decided to cut it to 8 weeks because this was already a league in Sun and Moon, which Ultra Sun and Moon was already out, so people were like, oh, come on, can we get the Ultra Sun and Moon things off? So we just decided that we'd just leave it there, and instead of having top 8 for playoffs, we'll have top 4 because, of course, I think everyone was getting tired of the league. As soon as Ash he fought against JP and he lost against JP, and he immediately left the league. At least he was like, okay, thank you guys so much for having me. Make sure I'll check you guys, or I'll catch you guys around or whatever. He did really well. He was actually the top 2 of the league, but JP managed to beat him. We were actually 5th. We were 4 differential off request, and then Justin was pretty close as well. Justin and Kier was very close, and I'm proud of my boy Kier because Kier came off the SDL with like only 2 wins, and his team wasn't very good. He only had 1 Hazard remover in the SDL. His team had a lot of issues. It was rated C-, and then he just came in here and he was like, you know what? He actually like had a lot of losses. I think he lost like his first 2 weeks, and then he just came back like with a huge win streak. So I'm proud of my boy Kier. I think that he actually won some of like the 50-50s of whether you won the match or not because people were just so inactive. But I think he won quite a few of them because he was active and he did show visual evidence that he did try and start up a battle. But anyway, that's just a quick summary of what happened in the PBA because I knew it was a pretty abrupt ending just at the end of the week 7. I was like, okay, where's the... But this was like supposed to be a lot longer, but that's generally the ending. I just think there's going to be a second week, considering a lot of people just generally kept on leaving. The chat was quite kind of dead just after like the first few weeks, and yeah, lots of people have been leaving, so I don't think there's even the numbers to start a next season. But thanks guys so much for watching the video. Like if you did enjoy, subscribe and comment down below. As always, my DGBA season 4 game will be up on Saturday, should be, and it's going to be up against Mike, so that's going to be one heck of a battle, so make sure you check that out. See you guys in the next video. Goodbye.